Hey, welcome back to Fixing It Blind. Turns out I forgot to hit the record button on the camera. But anyway, so what we're doing here today is we got this O2 Polaris Sportsman 500. And we're doing the rear CV axle. Okay, so I'll get you caught up here real quick. Okay, so this, you got to take the hubs off, right? Or sorry, the wheel off. Then the hub just sits on here. And there is a big nut and a couple of washers, and I'll show you that when we put it back together. But basically, take that off. You got to use an impact or a good pry bar, or sorry, not pry bar, but breaker bar with someone holding the brakes real hard, and that should be able to get it broke loose. And then there's a bolt that goes through here. It's one long bolt, 14 millimeter, and it goes through this spindle here. Okay, and then we got the CV axle, which you just got to kind of wiggle. Sometimes you got to take a hammer and just kind of tap it. Since we're putting a new one in, we don't care if we mess up the threads at all. So there we go. All right, then pop it up and out. So we got the CV axle out. And then we got to get it pulled out of the diff. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tap her down this way here. All right. So put some pressure on that. Let's see. Feels like she popped. Open. Yeah, she's coming. There she goes. All right, you can see what holds it in there is this big, thick, hog ring, snap ring. Okay, it sits inside a groove inside the diff, and that helps to, hold it in so it doesn't just come popping out on you. All right, let me get the other side, or let me get the new one out, and we'll compare them. Okay, so this here is the new replacement. You can see she's got boots on both ends. And what we want to look for is we want to make sure that this end matches the old one, distance-wise, and that this one matches. And we want to make sure that there's this clip here. If there's not a clip, it won't stay into the differential. So basically, it's super easy to install these. It just takes a little finesse sometimes. You just line it up, get it started into the hole, and get the splines lined up. And then what you do is you take your hammer and make sure you have this nut on. Let's see, can you guys see? Yeah, make sure you have this nut on, and you want to spin it so that it's flush. So the nut will protect the threads. Okay? And then you just kind of tap her in. Check it. You want to keep inward pressure on it. Alrighty, so we got her in there, pounded in all the way, got it set in. And you can see the end of this takes a beating. And basically when you take your impact or your wrench or whatever and back that nut off, it's going to fix the threads. this hub on. Alright, I'm back. I had to do some grinding on the... Oh, sure. Then I already put the boot back on. Anyway, I had to do some grinding on the threads and stuff because it got a little beat up from doing that. Just like I was telling you before, put the nut on. Usually it helps. This time I had to hit it way too hard to save them. Mushroomed out where the pin goes through. But anyway, what I did is I ground it down, ground the high spots down, was able to get the nut back on there, tightened her down. She's good and tight. And now all we got to do is put the wheel back on. These CV axles are pretty basic to do. They're just a pain sometimes to do. But if you have any better suggestions here, any better ways that you do it, when they get, rusted in there like that, or when they're not going in very nice, leave a comment down at the bottom. Let me know. All right, well, thanks for watching. Bye.